Hello, football fans everywhere. My name is Matty Adams. This weekend sees the very first instalment of my latest YouTube show, a show higher in demand than FIFA 15. Welcome to the debut episode of My Gut Feeling, the latest extravaganza presented to you by the Adams Experience. My Gut Feeling is the newest show which will entail a basic sevenfold accumulator, something you law football fans will be familiar with on a weekly basis, where I shall predict the outcomes of 7 games anywhere in English football, range from the Barclays Premier League to Sky Bet League 2. Whether it be win, lose or draw, I will provide you with my gut feeling prior to every weekend in English football. It's like a regular, wonderful Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Let's get things kicked off. This weekend sees Premier League leaders Chelsea play host to a highly promising Aston Villa side. Prior to the last weekend's 5-minute mauling by Arsenal, Villa had accumulated 10 points from a 4-game unbeaten start to the campaign. Chelsea, on the other hand, are still unbeaten, having battled out a 1-1 draw to champions Manchester City last Sunday. Diego Costa, despite having recent hamstring struggles, should start and has been in incredible form, scoring 7 in 4, the first man to do so in the English top flight. Expect the former Atletico Madrid man to be on form again as I back a home win, Chelsea to win at 1-4 this weekend. Keeping with the Premier League, second in the table, Southampton have made their best start to a season in 26 years, having overcome Swansea last weekend 1-0. Ronald Koeman has worked wonders since taking over in the summer. Despite seeing the likes of Lallana, Lambert and Lovren all part ways, Ronald Koeman has ushered in a new era with the likes of Pele, Tadic and Alderweireld. However, the Saints haven't defeated QPR upon the Londoners' last 5 visits to the Saints. Redknapp's men have managed to come away from Stoke last weekend with a point, despite them losing a 2-goal lead to the Potters. Their only other points have come from victory against Sunderland. QPR are still adapting to life in the top flight, and the Saints are flourishing. Southampton to win at 7-15. Time to discuss second tier football now. Struggling Blackpool, still winless and managerless for that matter, play host to high-flying Norwich, who under Neil Adams are looking for an instant return to the Premier League. The Canaries' blushes were spared by former Blue Nose Cameron Jerome last weekend in a 2-2 draw against his former club Birmingham City. The East Anglian outfit were then eliminated by Shrewsbury in midweek from the Capital One Cup and may have lost some momentum. However, they visit a team who has little to no momentum in the form of Blackpool. They sit 23rd in the Championship with just 2 points to their name this season. Blackpool losing 3 of their 4 home matches, and Norwich being victorious in 3 of their 5 away trips this season, tips a yellow and green conquering this weekend. Norwich to win 8-11. On to more Championship matters now. Former Premier League outfit Cardiff City, now under caretaker management by Gabardon and Young following Solskjaer's resignation, will be eager to get some points back on the board as they look to bounce back at the first attempt as they play host to Sheffield Wednesday. The Owls were hammered in the League Cup during midweek 7-0 by Premier League champions Manchester City. Wednesday have won 4 of their 6 away fixtures in all competitions this season. Cardiff, on the other hand, have won their last 4 meetings between the sides at Ninian Park. This will be close, but with Cardiff possibly handing their debut this weekend to new signing Ravel Morrison, and taking into account Wednesday's midweek collapse against Manchester City, I favour the Welsh outfit at 17-11. Table-topping Nottingham Forest are next on the agenda. Stuart Pearce's men host Brighton and Hove Albion this weekend as Forest look to retain their top position status. Both clubs experienced different midweeks during the League Cup as Brighton advanced past Burton Albion 3-0 into the next round, whilst Forest tasted defeat at the hands of Premier League outfit Spurs. Forest haven't experienced the greatest of histories against Brighton either. The last time they met was at the City Ground, with Brighton leaving 2-1 winners. The Seagulls are unbeaten in the last 4 visits at Forest, and Pearce's men haven't won in 7 games against Brighton. My instinct tells me this will change. Forest to win at 5-4. Now advancing on to the lower leagues. In League 1, 3rd place Peterborough will oppose 9th place Fleetwood Town. Posh haven't won in 3 games, losing to Yeovil and Gillingham, as well as drawing to Notts County. Fleetwood, on the other hand, haven't won in 6 games. They've recently fought a 3-3 draw last weekend though against leaders Bristol City, which proved promising. However, Posh see the returns of three big name players, and this could give them the edge at 19-20 this weekend. Finally, on to League Two leaders Bury. Having taken the lead of the division last weekend at Burton Albion's expense, the Shakers will have momentum heading into this weekend's clash against strugglers Exeter City. It may be a long journey down south for the leaders, but it'll be worthwhile at 6-5. So, to recap, this weekend my accumulator will consist of these following 7 teams: Chelsea, Southampton, Norwich City, Cardiff City, Nottingham Forest, Peterborough United and Bury, all to achieve success. 5 home wins, 2 away victories. Where can you go wrong? That was the Adams experience, and until next time, I've been Matty Adams, and that was my gut feeling.